Hello everyone and welcome to my review of Squad. So I did say my review in the intro, but there's actually two reviews in this video. So it's going to be my review plus one of my friends. He also really likes this game and enjoys this game, and he wrote a review for this game, so I'm also going to read that on this video. Alright, so let's start with the description of the game. Squad is a tactical FPS that provides authentic combat experiences through teamwork, communication, and gameplay. It seeks to bridge the large gap between arcade shooter and military simulation, large-scale combined arms combat, base building, and a great integrated in-game voice system. Alright, so before we get into my normal review where I go into gameplay, graphics, and other things, I'm going to read the review that one of my friends has made and let him explain why he would recommend the game. So, his review says, 2,500 hours. Yeah, with each match lasting almost an hour and with 70 to 80 players in each game, it's easy to immerse yourself in this fast-paced military sim. Sounds are realistic and updates have some bugs, but the devs at Offworld are always hard at work to patch them after each new release. Lots of vehicles, game modes, factions, and weapons, very balanced and intense. Fighter fights that you will remember for a long time. I jumped into this game since early access after watching some YouTube videos, and I have no regrets. I still play from time to time. This game is very strategy and communication oriented. This is not your typical shooter where you can run and gun on your own. Everything requires planning, teamwork, and communication. Some maps are small, some can take 10 minutes to drive across. If you are new to the game, don't be afraid to ask questions and learn. The community is more than helpful. If you go into this game big-headed as a know-it-all, you will quickly find yourself on your own out in the middle of nowhere. Highly recommend going into the firing range right away as soon as you launch the game to adjust your settings and play around with the weapons to get a feel for the game. Plus, there are signs in the firing range to help you learn about it more. 5 out of 5. By the way, I'm also just going to mention he has a total of 2,777 hours in this game. Alright, so let's hop right into the gameplay because that's where I'm going to start with this game. So the gameplay is very tactical and very squad based, as Star Clips said. If you're not in a squad, well, first off, if you're not in a squad, you're not going to be sitting in the lobbies for very long because after 2 minutes of not being in a squad, you will get kicked from the server in most of the servers, if not all of them. And second thing, if you are, in a small squad, like 1 to 2 people, or not in a squad, you're not going to be getting very much done unless you are a small squad of like pilots or crewmen or something and you're just maintaining or driving vehicles around. So you're going to have to hop into a squad, and when you hop into that squad, the person that created the squad is squad leader automatically, but if he doesn't want to be, he can switch to anyone. He can promote anyone to squad leader, which most of the people that create a squad probably want to be squad leader, so you shouldn't really see that much. I don't know why someone would ever create a squad just to not want to be the squad leader, unless you don't want to get kicked for not being in a squad. There are different classes to choose from. You got stuff like marksman, light anti-tank, grenader, rifleman, automatic rifleman, and they each have their own different set of guns, gadgets, and tools. So like the automatic rifleman will obviously have an automatic weapon. The grenader will have basically the same thing as a rifleman, just with a grenade launcher attached to the bottom of his gun. The marksman will usually have either a marksman rifle or a sniper rifle. And the light anti-tank will have a rocket launcher. So depending on what class you pick, you are going to have slightly different roles than other people, especially if you pick, a pilot or a crewman. But most of the time, you're going to be listening to your squad leader on where to go, what to do, and, if you got to capture this place and really you're just following your squad leader and his commands, unless he's just stupid and he gives you a command like, hey, run out in the middle of that road, then you're not going to follow your squad leader. Obviously, because this is a military sim, this game is going to have more realistic mechanics than some other games. So when you get shot, you'll start bleeding, and obviously unless you just die from the shot, like you get shot in the face, you're dead. You're not just bleeding, you're dead. But you can be revived if you do get shot and you're basically downed, and then if you bleed out, you die. But if you get shot and you're still up, you're bleeding, so you'll have to pull out a bandage and then bandage yourself and then hope you don't get shot again. But the bandage does not heal you. It will only stop you from bleeding, and you have to actually find a med kit or a medic to heal you. There's also some bullet drops, so if you're shooting at like long distances, you're going to have to compensate for that. And if you are the marksman, the sniper, you can sight your scope in for different ranges, so you'll have to do that if you want to snipe, or at least if you want to snipe accurately. Now, I've never been squad leader, but I know squad leader can start the process of like building things like walls, barricades, mortars, and other stuff. And the squad leader can also grant access to vehicles. I've never personally been a squad leader because I don't want to mess it up for the entire team or something. But you can build things as long as your squad leader places down, like an outline of what it is. You just go over there with your shovel and you'll start building it, and then you build rally points and stuff like that. So usually what happens is, at least in the squads that I was, the squad leader would pick a spot in the map, and then we would go there as soon as the battle started or whatever, and try to get that spot and then lay down a little spawn point there. There is just a lot to do in this game and a lot to learn, so if you're brand new to this game and you just hop right in it, don't expect to be, knowing everything and, know how to play all the roles in the game really well in like a couple days or something. This game is going to take hours of putting into it to really understand all the concepts of the game. Now, I could talk about the gameplay for a while because there's just so much to it, but I don't want this review to be like 2 hours long. Alright, so now let's get into the graphics. So, in my opinion, the graphics will always look decent, but if you can run it on, max settings and stuff, the game can look pretty good. Now, because this is a realistic, or it's trying to be a realistic military sim kind of game, it does have a more realistic graphic style, and I think that fits the game pretty well. I couldn't see this game with really any other graphic style, to be honest. Alright, so now the next category that I'm going to start doing with every early access game that I play, or review at least, is going to be bugs and optimization, because I don't know, early access games just kind of have that thing that usually they are not good with performance or optimization, but some early access games, they do a good job. And this game is one of those games that, in my opinion, does it pretty good. I didn't encounter any glitches or bugs, or if I did, I don't remember them because they just didn't get in my way. And for optimization, I think this game is pretty well optimized because I was playing it on my laptop. My laptop has a GTX 1660 Ti and an Intel Core i7 processor, and this game was getting from like 70 to 90 frames on the highest settings, so it ran pretty well. Alright, so recommendation. Would I recommend this game? Yes, I would, but there's a catch. I would recommend this game if a military sim game interests you, because I think it's one of the best military sim games that I played, and I don't really go and try to play these games, but I do have a couple of them, and this is by far the best one that I played. So if you're into military sims, this is definitely one that you should check out. Anyways, that's all I got to say for this review, so if you guys enjoyed it, if you did, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment below, tell me what you guys think about this game and this video, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button because you want to be subscribed, and I will see you guys next time.